America drink around 44.7 gallons of soda each year. In terms of sugar consumed, it sums up to about 1,827.5 grams of sugar per person. Now, among all the unhealthy food that is available to us nowadays, soda can be considered as one of the worst drinks that we can put into our bodies. And hopefully, somewhere along the speech, with my extensive research, I will be able to convince you to stop drinking soda or to at least cut back on drinking soda. And even if you don't drink soda right now, you might have family members or friends or little brothers or children, etc., that might drink soda, and you can convince them to make healthier choices for their own benefit. Now, the reason why this has become such a big problem is because here in America, people have been drinking more and more soda and haven't been doing enough exercise to balance the effects of soda. And it's causing a lot of harm to themselves as to their bodies and to their health. And in my speech, I will talk about what is in soda and what makes it so bad. I will then explain the effects that soda has on the human body. And then I will talk about some solutions or some alternatives to drinking soda. So let's get started on what is on soda and what makes it so bad. So like I said, soda has a lot of sugar. And a single can of soda can have around 40 grams of sugar. Now, you may not realize how much sugar that is or how harmful that is to your body. But when you sum up all of the cans of soda you drink in a year, you find out that soda does have a really big effect on your body. In the article, furthermore, another ingredient that is in soda that's bad for you is fructose corn syrup. As the article Drink Soda, Take 12,000 Steps, published in the New York Times on September 10, 2014, they say how high fructose corn syrup is used to process many foods and nearly all soft drinks. This includes soda. And why fructose is so bad for you is because unlike glucose, that is the natural sugar that your body produces, fructose gets stored as fat and doesn't let your body function properly. So, and the third thing that I want to talk about that soda has is phosphoric acid. I just want to introduce this to you. You might not know what phosphoric acid is, but I will talk about it later in another point. So these are the things that are in soda that are really bad for you. And now I will talk to you about how soda affects your body. So as I mentioned, phosphoric acid is in soda, and the reason why it's so bad for you is because it mainly attacks your kidney. And the more soda you drink, the more phosphoric acid you put into your kidney, which can cause it to not function properly. And it puts you at risk of developing kidney stone, which is a painful illness. Not only that, but soda does also influence getting other diseases like diabetes, heart diseases, or obesity. As Harvard Public School of Health concluded, they said that people who consume sugary drinks regularly, up to 1 or 2 sodas a day or even more, have a 26% greater risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And they did a research with 40,000 men and concluded that just by cutting soda alone, you would cut the risk of developing these problems for your body. And not only that, but it's also known, soda has also been known to damage your teeth and your bones. Especially to little kids who drink soda, they're not getting the calcium needed to help their bones grow big and strong. So not only is it bad for kids, but it's bad for everybody. And now that I talked to you about how soda affects your body, I will now talk to you of solutions or proposed alternatives of drinking soda. So it should be easy to tell you guys just to stop drinking soda and for all of you guys to listen. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. Soda is so easy to get, it's so convenient and so cheap that it's hard to stay away from it. Here in campus, a bottle of water would cost around $175 to $225 for a small bottle, when you could go to Carl's Jr. and get that huge $1 drink, which is not only cheaper, but you get more for your price and it could possibly taste better. You can try bringing water from home, but even then it becomes a little bit annoying because water is so heavy that it becomes it gets kind of hard to be carrying a bottle of water through campus all day. But even though it might take some commitment and it does take a lot of effort, I guarantee you that the results are all worth it. The second best advice I can give to you guys to stop drinking soda is to find alternatives like natural juice, tea, or preferably water would be great examples of other things you could drink. let you guys know, diet soda is not a good alternative. Diet soda, like they mentioned in the scholarly journal by Michael G. Tardo and Annette Emanuela in June 1990, they, in a little part of the research, they named effects of drinking soda sweetened with aspartate on high fructose corn syrup on food intake and body weight. They mention how consumption of particle sweeteners, which isn't found in diet soda, increase the motivation to eat. So even though diet soda may be low in calories, um, it does it does provoke you to eat more, which could be just as bad as drinking regular soda. So next time you're shopping at the grocery store, either by yourself, with your friends, or your family, I recommend you guys to stay away from soda and influence you guys more to buy more water, juice, more juice, and more other alternatives that are better. Um, because the choices you make today will influence the choices you make later on, and could influence the people that are around you. And so, in conclusion, I have talked about. I mentioned that soda is super bad for you guys because many of you guys, or many of us, drink excessive soda without being able to limit ourselves or to do enough exercise to balance the effects of soda. In my speech, I talked about what is inside soda and what makes it so bad for you. I have talked about the effects that soda has on the human body, and I propose a couple alternatives or a couple of advices that you can use to stop drinking soda. So next time you're at Carl's Jr. thinking about buying that $1 drink, you should really ask yourself, is that couple dollars you're saving right now really worth putting into your body?